Most kids don't remember their first funeral. Some never get to go at all. But in Bluey's world, there was a funeral, and she wasn't there. No one mentions it. No one even whispers about it. But in the background, in one quiet frame, there's a clue. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. Because maybe the Healer family lost someone, and maybe Bluey never got to say goodbye. It's a different kind of pain, the kind that stays quiet, the kind we carry without even knowing. The funeral that never happened, or maybe happened without her. If you've ever felt that silence, that unanswered moment, type a black hearth in the comments. Because this story might hurt a little. Not just because of what Bluey missed, but because it might remind you of something you missed too. Clue number 1. The frame they tried to hide it happens in the episode The Creek. The family sets up for a picnic. The camera pans gently. Everything feels normal, calm, peaceful. But then, in one frame, just for a second, a photo appears. It's old, framed, a little dusty, and it sits just above the fireplace. It's not the usual family picture. Not Bluey, not Bingo, not Nana, not Grandad. It's someone else, a face we've never seen in the show before. And the frame? It's surrounded by white flowers, quiet ones. The kind you only see at funerals. Was it just a decoration? Or was it a tribute? A memory frozen in the background. Someone they lost, but never spoke about. Maybe it wasn't an accident. Maybe this wasn't just set dressing. Maybe it was a silent goodbye. The kind of goodbye that doesn't need words. And if that's true, then Bluey didn't just miss the funeral. She missed the story. The story her family still carries. In silence. Clue number 2. The flowers that weren't just for decoration. You'll miss them if you're not looking. But once you do, they feel wrong. Out of place. In episode after episode, The Creek, camping, Grandad, they're always there. White flowers. They're never mentioned, never held, never part of the moment. Just sitting, on tables, next to photos, on the floor near Bingo's toys. And they're always the same. Not a bouquet, not colorful. Just one or two. Software, still, placed with care. In many cultures, white flowers mean grief. They mean memory. They mean someone's missing. And in Bluey, where color means everything, white never shows up by accident. These aren't just props. They're not decoration. They're symbols, clues, a way the Healer family remembers without speaking. Not every goodbye is loud. Some are whispered, some are felt, some are left behind in little things. And maybe these flowers, gently scattered across episodes like Footprints, are the only trace of the goodbye Bluey never got to give. Clue number 3, the day Bandit couldn't speak. It's easy to miss because in this moment, Bandit says nothing. Not a joke, not a single word. And for him, that's rare. It happens in the show. Bluey and Bingo are reenacting their parents' love story, meeting in London, the wedding, and then Chili's pregnancy. Everything is playful until it isn't. Suddenly, the performance stops, the music fades, Bingo goes quiet, Bluey looks unsure, and Bandit, he just stares at Chili, reaches for her hand, and doesn't speak. His eyes shift, just for a second, like something hurts. Chili nods gently. No one in the room says what happened. But we know, this wasn't part of the game anymore. This was real. The moment stops the whole show, because something in their real story did too. Joe Brum confirmed it. This is the moment they lost a child. The pregnancy, that didn't end in birth. But here's what matters. They never say he, never say brother, never say son. We just assumed because it hurts less to picture a boy, because the idea of Daisy, a little girl they never got to meet, somehow feels closer. Bandit didn't say anything, because sometimes grief says more when you say nothing at all. Clue number 4, the toy Bingo never shares. It's not Floppy, it's not her favorite blanket, it's something smaller, something easy to miss, a tiny pink doll, no name, no story, just there. You'll see it in Hotel, Duck Cake, perfect, even in sleepy time. Bingo's hands always find it, even when she's playing, even when she's sleeping. But why? It's not treated like her favorite. She doesn't hug it, she doesn't talk to it, she just holds it like she's protecting it, like she doesn't want it to disappear. Kids don't grieve like adults. They don't explain feelings, they feel them. Quietly, deeply. What if this wasn't just a toy? What if it was something left behind, something passed down, or meant for someone else, someone who never arrived? A gift meant for Daisy, wrapped, ready, never used. now held by the sister who somehow knows there's always been one more. A child's way of remembering what no one ever explained, because some losses don't need words, they just stay. Clue number 5. The one line, Chili, never finishes. It happens in Sleepy Time, one of the most loved, most emotional episodes in Bluey. Chili becomes the sun, a quiet symbol of comfort, protection, and presence. Bluey and Bingo drift through space. They hatch from planets. They float, dream, learn. But something strange happens. Mercury, the first planet closest to the sun, never hatches. It just sits there, still, silent. Then Chili says something, a line that feels soft at first, but underneath, it carries something much deeper. I'll always be here for you, even if you can't see me. Even if you can't see me. Most people think she's talking to Bluey, or Bingo, or both. But what if she isn't? What if that line was for someone else? Someone who was never born. Someone Chili still loves, still remembers. What if this isn't reassurance, but a promise to a baby she carried, but never got to hold? She doesn't finish the thought, doesn't say the name, because she doesn't have to, because real grief, the kind you never speak of, finishes itself in silence. The Goodbye Bluey wasn't meant to see. We started with a question. Why wasn't Bluey at the funeral? Now, maybe we know. Because some funerals don't happen with flowers. They happen with silence, with toys left untouched, with white petals beside old photos, and with lines that trail off before the tears do. Daisy may have never had a name in the show, but maybe she didn't need one, because her presence, the sadness, the quiet, the white, has always been here. Maybe Bluey missed the funeral, but she didn't miss the love, or the memory, or the invisible space that Daisy left behind. And neither did Bingo, or Bandit, or Chili, because the people we lose never fully leave. They stay in the pauses, in the laughter that feels softer, in the silence after bedtime stories. And maybe that's what Bluey's been telling us all along, that grief doesn't need a spotlight. It just needs room to breathe. One more game of keepy uppy. And maybe that's what Bluey's been showing us all along, that even the things we don't talk about, the quiet grief, the hidden memories, they still matter. They still shape who we are. And in the Healer family, love doesn't disappear, it just changes shape. So if you've ever missed someone you never really got to know, maybe they're still with you. In the little things, in the pauses, in the laugh you didn't expect. And hey, if you made it this far, you've got a pretty big heart. Now go hug someone, or chase your sibling around the house, or eat something sweet just because. Because even after the hardest stories, there's always room for one more game of keepy uppy.